Given this number 7,150, and we're asked that if we were to list all the prime numbers from 1 to 100, how many are factors of this? So I think the way this problem is written is they want people to think, well, do I have to go through all the primes? Well, that would be extremely tedious. Instead, the approach is to find the prime factors of this number, 7150, which is more direct, as opposed to going through the list of prime numbers. So that's, I think, what the structure of this problem is. So in general, I've seen when on the GMAT, often they will ask you to do prime factorization. They throw in the 0. So the best thing to do is to separate it out as a 10, as opposed to dividing this by 2 or something else, or 5. So because 10 immediately splits into 2 and 5. 715, it's divisible by 5. Last digit is 5, so that would be 5 times 1 is 5, 2, 143. This one is a little bit tricky. I think a lot of students may not recognize this number. I've kind of seen it a few times, but the best strategy, I would say, is if you don't recognize this, is to go ahead and start dividing by the prime numbers. Because on the GMAT, they're not really going to give you a product of two numbers, which is, say 2 primes are, say, 37 and 43. The resulting number, they're not going to give you that, because that would be tedious to kind of find what the prime factors are. So if it's somewhat unfamiliar, just start in this list. It will probably somewhere nearby. That's been my experience. So it's not divisible by 2, not by 3, because digits add up to 8. Not divisible by 5. 7 you have to actually divide, but we know 7 times 20 is 140, so that one is out. And 11, you'll see it is indeed divisible by 11. So it's 11 times 13. So the prime factorization of 7150 is 2 times, so 1, 2, then we have 2 5s. And they're asking how many of the prime numbers between 1 and 100 are factors of 7150. So those primes are 2, 5, 11, and 13. Only 4. You'll see that even though the 5 appears twice, it's counted as 1. And I think that's why the 5 is the trap. So the answer is 4 of the prime numbers between 1 and 100 are factors of 7150, which is answer choice D.